I know. It's a cold world.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's going to be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
At shooting guard, at 6'6", number 5, J.R. Smith. And starting at center, he's from Brazil, number 17, the Wild Thing, Anderson Varejão. He's starting at forward from UCLA, number 0, Kevin Love. He's starting at point guard from
It's game time in Cleveland as the crowd is filling up the Quicken Loans Arena. Last game for the Pacers, a loss to Miami. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, and listen, you have to take advantage of the freebie.
Dellavedova comes in for Smith. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Hill. C.J. Miles comes in for Lavoy Allen. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And Freak subbed in for George Hill. And so in the game for the Pacers, Freak in at point guard. C.J. Miles is out there with Paul George. Then there's Rodney Stuckey, and it's Mahinmi in at the 5. LeBron with the buckets. And for LeBron James, a remarkable step. Greg, he had increased his field goal percentage for 7 consecutive seasons going into 2014.
Yeah, a steep decline last season, though, back below 50%. Was it just the challenge of new teammates and a new system, or the mileage he's accumulated? This season may start to answer that question.
Stuckey into the lane. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Freak passes to George. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
He's real good, Paul George. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Iman Shumpert has come in for Kevin Love. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. And George drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And Shumpert kicks to Williams. High post shot. That's a 2 from Dellavedova. Good, great play by Williams to set it up.
From a man, PG, Paul George, so much focus has been on extending his range, but ever since he started launching over 5 3-pointers a game, he shot under 43% from the field. Maybe time for him to balance out that shot selection.
Here's Freak. Miles dishes to Stuckey. The feed now to Freak. 46 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Inside, here's Miles. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
Well, that's a sound physical play. I mean, can't be afraid to put a shoulder into somebody every once in a while. It's a contact sport, folks.
Williams attacking, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. The Pacers making a switch here. .15 seconds left here in the first quarter. Outside jumper. And a wide open look for James. And another miss by Cleveland.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And a wide open look for Freak. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Cavaliers ahead. They're up by 3. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And, of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership. Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example of how to take responsibility and lead.
And, Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
On the court right now for the Pacers. Freak, he's in at point guard. Allen is out there with C.J. Miles. Then it's Turner. And it's Ellis at the shooting guard position. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Miles.
Ooh, tough layup with the guy right on him. He can be a hard player to handle at times. In that one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
5 to shoot. And it's Smith penetrating. Shoots. And the shot falls short this time.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Allen kicks to Ellis. That's tipped. Stolen by Varejao. Smith the pass to Love. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Jefferson. Indiana also making some changes. Hill, he's checked in for Turner. Paul George comes in for C.J. Miles. And George Hill's subbed in for... And that does it for the first half of play. Cavaliers lead by 9. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough going for your guys.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. It's checked in for Indiana. Pacers trail by 6. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Love and Varejao are up front. And it's Irving at the 1. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Ellis dishes to Freak. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
On the wing, Irving. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Irving's got his second bucket of the game to go. For Indiana, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third.
Well, LeBron James long considered the greatest player in the league. He's got some competition now, though. Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Steph Curry, James Harden, all playing well last year. But for my money, there's no better player in the league than King James.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. The Pacers making a change here. Mahimi's checked in. Well, Clark, you look at LeBron's career averages right now, around 27, 7 and 7. Hard to argue at this time he's not the best player in the league.
Well, you know, he might not always win the MVP award, Kevin, but that doesn't really matter. I think he's the most feared player in the league, and he proved he can carry a team in last season's NBA Finals. Clearly one of the all-time greats.
LeBron James on the wing. From 17 feet out, and he gets it to go. LeBron's got the lead up to 11 now for Cleveland.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
But they'll get another chance. Ellis kicks to Freak. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. Freak's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Irving attacking, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Freak with it from outside the arc. Varejao grabs the board. Varejao's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Outside Irving. Passes it to Love. Puts one up from 19. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. And now it's a 12-point Cavalier lead.
And checking out some numbers for Irving. He had a strong showing last season. 8th in three-point field goal percentage, 9th in scoring, and he'd make you pay every time he went to the line. Top 20 in free throw percentage.
And, you know, back to his tremendous efficiency from 3 last year, I tell you what, he's truly a dead-eye shooter when he gets a good look. You know, the Pacers ended up in 4th place in the Central Division last year, guys, and that's not quite what they were used to after taking the division the previous 2 years and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals in the playoffs.
Here's Stuckey, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Cleveland leading by 12. James outside. The screen from Thompson. Nobody near Williams. And it's Williams again missing. The Pacers have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the 3rd. Good, and the assist goes to James.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Here's Freak. Nailed from three-point land. Freak's got 6 points.
How can you stop that? With the crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Wow, beautiful feed from Mo Williams.
Here's Freak. He's got 6. 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Turner passes to Freak. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound Pacers. Out to Stuckey. He feeds it to Freak. Back to Stuckey. Pass to Miles. Now Freak puts up a 3. Oh, he hits it! level.
What a three at the horn as they end the quarter on a high note.
Couldn't agree more. That'll give them a nice little lift, I think, going into the next quarter.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Cleveland leading by 10. And stolen. Dellavedova kicks to Williams. Shumpert dishes to Dellavedova. Outside Irving. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their fans plenty to scream and holler about. This place was rocking. It was on fire. And it only got louder as that lead got bigger.
And time now to go courtside.
Kevin, thank you. Tristan, what?
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present LeBron James.
We all know anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Mad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and we thread that necklace.
Does this meeting by any chance have to do with Vic Van Leer?
I grew up in the burbs, freak. I wasn't poor, upper middle class, comfortable. My daddy worked as an accountant for one of the largest insurance firms in the country. Smart with his money. Mom didn't have to work. I went to boarding school. And my dad died of a heart attack when I was a freshman at MIT. I was a movie geek, wanted to be a civil engineer, but I made my fortune by becoming a hybrid of both those interests. My dad didn't want me to be an accountant. Oh, listen to this. My best friend was a guy named Isidore. Yeah, we called him Izzy. He was one of the smartest human beings I have ever met in my life. I mean, Izzy was taking second-year college calculus courses as a high school sophomore, right? Straight-A student, full ride to MIT. Izzy had the world at his fingertips. But he was always looking for trouble, and trouble found him. He ran with the wrong crowd. And when we got to MIT, he got this great job working for a financial consulting firm in Boston. But every weekend, he would fly to Vegas, You see, Izzy had a system for counting cards in Vegas that had the big casinos on the Strip. Oh, stymied. He would come back to MIT with suitcases filled with $200,000 in cold cash.
What?
Yeah.
So your man Izzy was getting hit off like that?
Like a fat rat in a cheddar cheese factory, freak.
Okay, so what happened to this dude Izzy? Because he's dope.
No, not dope. Dead. After he'd been missing for 3 weeks, the Nevada State Police never found hide nor hair of Isidore. And our friendship took a hit when he asked me to hang out with him in Vegas, and I said I wouldn't do it because I knew he was on a dark and twisted path in his life. And yes, he was my dude. But no way was I gonna throw my life away trying to show my loyalty to a guy who really and truly didn't understand what loyalty was all about.
So this meeting is about Vic.
Correctamente.
Okay, well, sir, Vic isn't Izzy.
And why's that, freak?
Well, for one thing, you and your dead friend Izzy didn't grow up poor. Me and Vic grew up in a neighborhood where we had to look over our shoulder every 2 seconds to make sure nobody was going to walk up on us and rob us.
True. Izzy and I did not grow up in the hood. But we, like you, thankfully grew up in a 2-parent household. But even that wasn't enough for Izzy. He wasn't satisfied. He was always looking for a 5-alarm fire when he already had the warmth and comfort of a loving family. This is not about class warfare, freak. This is about the consequences of making bad choices and risking it all when you feel like you have nothing to lose.
Vic is like a brother to me, sir.
But you shouldn't be Brother Vic's keeper, freak. Would a brother go looking for trouble and put your career and your livelihood at risk by getting into fights at nightclubs and seedy after-hour joints and then scream to the media, yeah, it's all good, I'm an FOF, friendo freak. It's all misunderstanding. Y'all be haters, don't hate my game. I don't think a brother would do that to someone they really cared about, but a guy who looked at you like a meal ticket would.
No. So you don't understand Vic.
Really? I don't understand.
No.
Look, man, it was a misunderstanding with the guy in the next VIP booth. His honey started flirting with me, so naturally I started flirting back. Next thing I know, Captain Cornball's off my grill piece beefing. Next thing he know, he got a 2-piece and a biscuit on his left eye. Hey, I don't know who hit him. And it damn sure wasn't me. Hey, Captain Cornball's mad because I'm an FOF, friend of freak. Hey, but check this out, though. He needs to train that hottie before he leave the house, though. Yo, he's hot as ain't loyal, man.
What's there to understand? Are you freaking blind? You know, I just want to know, how much did you pay your lawyers to make all this go away?
Almost $100,000.
Excuse me, son, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I paid almost $100,000.
Exactly. And if you keep riding shotgun with Vic, you're gonna go broke. Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Look, Vic is my friend, and I grew up with him. How many times I gotta tell you, sir?
Freak, this is not a request. I am not asking you to do this. I am telling you to do this. And the first order of business is that Mr. Vic Van Leer is banned from traveling with you on the road. Vic is banned from the locker room. And Vic is banned from this arena. And if I catch this guy, Vic, in or anywhere near the facilities, Mr. Vic Van Leer will be arrested for trespassing.
Are you serious, sir?
Brother, I'm as serious as cancer. We all know that can be deadly.
You know, when me and Vic were kids, playing summer tournaments at the Dome, we always imagined making it to the pros, right? And after the crowds left, just a street light was on the court, like 11:30, 12 midnight, even 1 in the morning sometimes. We used to practice player introductions, running on the court, giving dab, high-fiving the teammates. Vic, he would act as an announcer. You he would introduce me and announce my name on a loudspeaker, and the Jumbotron would flash my image like a little guy dressed in long shorts and a jersey. And now, fresh off his 3-game, 62-point scoring streak, the youngest player to ever do so in NBA history, Frequency Vibrations. So me and Vic would sit in those empty bleachers at the Dome and dream like nobody's business. And now I'm living a dream. For real. And in so many ways, Vic was part of that.
Please, listen to me. I mean, I know this guy's your dude from way back.
No. Me and Vic go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
That's good. We go way back. Did you say front seats?
Front seats of a 67 Cadillac.
We go way back like the front seats of a 67 Cadillac. Well, do you have any crickets? I'm going to be the hit once again at Herbie Allen's Sun Valley Shindig because my fellow billionaires love it when I walk and talk that talk.
So that almost sounds...
No, let me tell you exactly what it sounds like. I respect, admire, and most importantly, love you as a human being and a role model. But I pay you a lot. And I mean, I pay you a lot of money to play for my team. And I am in this game to win it. And you can't win it with an albatross around your neck like Vic. So Vic is done. History. And here's some more lingo that I picked up from a former megastar who used to play for me several seasons ago. Thought I would never release him until I did. And now he's the sixth man on a struggling team in Venice. And yeah, I'm talking Venice with the canals and the gondolas and Harry's Bar, not the street ballers next to the fortune tellers on the beach in Cali. This guy used to tell me when he thought there was a player destroying our team, don't be a hero, cut that zero. And that is what I am telling you about Vic, freak. Don't be a hero, cut that zero. The only thing Vic brings into your life is headache and unwanted and unnecessary negative attention. And it will begin to affect your mindset. And when it affects your mindset, it's going to affect your play. And when it affects your play, it's going to affect my team. And when it affects my team, it's going to affect my money. And if it affects my money, Google Translate will become your new freaking friend. I want a championship ring, freak, and I want you to help me get that ring. And banners after banners hanging from the rafters in this arena. So, freak, hear me clearly and hear me good. V, G, Vic, gotta go. Handle your business. And remember, that contract you signed contains a morality clause, a very important clause that revolves around your conduct on and off the court and how it can negatively impact my team. Now, I don't want you to have to learn Italian or Croatian as a second language. And hey, playing pro ball overseas, there's nothing wrong with that. But the arenas are nothing like this, nor will the money be the same. And on top of all of that, this is the U.S. of A., the greatest freaking country in the world. Ask yourself, is Vic worth all that? Think about it. Think long, think wrong.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. He's not that at all. Man, Vic, let me tell you something. We actually, we have love for each other. We're brothers. Blood couldn't make us any closer at all. I mean, he has so much loyalty to me and to my family. You could see even Cece, has issues with him, but he still loves her. He still loves her.